until my well runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, baby, baby.
What's poppin', T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Vanderpump Rules Season 10 Episode 1 review. I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only and not to be taken seriously. So if that works for you, then let's get into this review. You guys, this is my first ever Vanderpump Rules review. Hopefully this video will do well and I can continue to do them for you guys, but we got to get the views in. If it's anything lower than 3,000 views, I just simply won't be able to continue to do them. So please share this video, like it, and comment, and turn on your notification bell button and subscribe. Okay, let's get into it. The season premiere episode begins with Katie and Tom. We actually see a flashback of their 2016 wedding where they really weren't actually married. They didn't get married till a while later. But anywho, and now in 2022, when this filmed, they are getting a divorce. Katie was the one that pulled the pow. And basically, they are getting a divorce because he never really listened to her. You know, he cheated on her multiple times. And he admits that he just did not know how to make her happy. She, however, wants to remain friends, but there is only one rule, that neither of them can hook up with anyone in their friend circle. And you know that is something that Tom does at some point during this season, and that causes a lot of drama between the two. He was on Watch What Happens Live tonight, and he says they're in a much better place right now. Katie during this time had just gotten her first apartment, and they shared custody of the dogs, and you can tell they were really trying to maintain the friendship that they created over the last 12 years. And I think that they'll be able to get to a point where they're able to be around each other and there's no animosity or jealousy or anything like that, because I honestly feel like they held on for each other for way too long. That relationship was doomed from the start. There was a lack of respect on his part, the way that he treated her from day one, and they stay with each other long past their expiration date. But I do feel like there's a genuine friendship there that should have been more enforced than the relationship. And I think that the friendship should be able to sustain. James' obnoxious, insufferable, funny self is back. I have a love-hate relationship with James. He could be so funny. He could be so endearing and charming. But then he could just be a butthole and just be rude and just nasty to people. And he is the easiest person to read ever. I don't know why ain't nobody punched him in the throat outside of Kirsten, or whatever her name was. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But baby, this man was in that confessional powdering that face up like the good queen he is. And I'm like, girl, you up here using e.l.f. Don't get me wrong. e.l.f. is a good, has good products, but they for beginners. And we all know James has been a queen for a long time. He would have bumped it up to Estee Lauder by now. But he was powdering that face for the gods. Yes, ma'am. So James and Raquel broke up last season. She broke up with him. And just a month later, he's already booed up with somebody else, a girl by the name of Allie, honey. Raquel thinks that the girl looks a lot like his mama and think that he got some major mommy issues. And I'm like, duh. We seen that season when his mama was on the show. He has major mommy issues. She's a huge reason why he acts and behaves the way that he does. The Toms are back, and as you can see, Tom Sandoval is repping the STL where he is from. What up, Tom? I would love to interview Tom and Schwartz. They have invested $1 million into their new bar, it's Schwartz and Sandy's or whatever, and they still have not opened. Tom Sandoval is swarming in bills, and he says at one point Tom Sandoval wasn't focused in on the business. He was too busy focusing on the band, and he had to reel him back in by letting him know, dude, we are running out of money. Okay. We got to get on the good foot and get this thing open. So they're hurrying to get the place open because they're throwing a party for the Daily Mail. So they got to get it together and get it together fast. But I will say I'm extremely proud of them considering where they were season 1 on Vanderpump Rules to see where they're at now being business owners. I'm so proud of them. Raquel is at Sir and she's waitressing there. And Peter is still their child. And I'm so happy he grew his facial hair out and he grew his hair back out. Because, baby, when he was over here looking like a PTA mom, I was not feeling it at all. But come to find out, he was the first person to ask her out on a date after her and James broke up and they went out or whatever. She, however, ain't really feeling him like that. And he ain't really taking the hint. The whole time he talking, he up here bringing up some nachos she said she wanted. And she just looking at him like, dude, like, I'm not hungry. Like I mentioned it once. Chill out. So he was like, yeah, let me take you to go get those nachos. And she was like, okay, sure. I think that that's really messy though of her to date somebody that they're cool with, that they're going to be around, that she works with. James knows. I think that that's being messy. And she's being spiteful for whatever reason by doing it. She's trying to get back at James. Granted that James did take her through a lot. So I low key don't feel sorry for James at all because he is horrible. So it's kind of like, do you, Raquel? Because he put you through a lot. But at the end of the day, this is very messy. Lala, Katie, and my girl Ariana. I love and obsessed with Ariana. I would love to interview her as well. They get together and eat at Tom Tom's. And Ariana, in her confessional, says that she does not think that Tom and Katie will be able to sustain this friendship thing that they're trying to do. I don't think that they will be able to sustain it at that point in time because everything was so fresh and new. But I do believe over time and over the years, they will be able to get to a place where they can be genuine friends with one another. Lala says that she does not want to be around Schwartz because he played pickleball with Randall, even though she's going through a custody battle with Randall. What is up with pickleball and everybody playing pickleball all of a sudden? Like, what is the gig? Ain't it like the low budget version of tennis? What is going on with that? I need understanding. Do I think that that's messed up that Schwartz is hanging around Randall? Yes, because he's not a part of this show. He's not a part of this group. He's somebody I brought in. We're no longer together. This is the father of my child. There's a lot going on with that situation. And I would expect you to respect that. If it was just about the fact that he cheated on me and we broke up, okay, fine. But with the stuff going on with the allegations against him, I think that it's best for both parties for you to back away until everything is cleared up. Even just for yourself, you're opening up a new business. You don't want to be associated with that on any type of level. And she brings up the LA Times article that stated that it is being alleged that Randall was doing a casting couch thing, using assistants to run drugs, and has like over $25 million in lawsuits. So why would you, Tom Schwartz, being a business owner, being on a reality show, being a public figure, even want to be involved with somebody that has that type of heat on them and these types of allegations? You don't want to be sucked into that at all. At all. You want to be away from that. And considering the fact that they have a child with each other and are going through a custody battle, I could see a lawyer taking it to the place, and it might be a reach, with saying, okay, if he's such a bad person, then why is your cast member still hanging around him and still friends with him? You know what I'm saying? I just think that it's best for Tom to exit stage left. If the article and all this stuff wasn't going on and that wasn't the case, then be friends with them all you want. But considering that's going on, I get where Lala is coming from. and I just wouldn't want to be involved in it anyway. And y'all already said y'all thought that he was on some like scammy, weirdy type stuff anyway. So just, no, it ain't even that serious. Play pickleball with your pickle, okay? So Lala in her confession was like, it confirmed what 50 Cent said, that he was a mini Harvey Weinstein. And girl, if somebody comparing him to Harvey Weinstein, you really want to stay clear, okay? And Lala tells the girls that she's going to remember who was there for her and who wasn't. And she's keeping tally of, you know, who was playing in her face. I felt like she was kind of trying to have an Erica moment with that. It ain't that deep, girl, you know, as far as who's with you, who's against you. You know what I'm saying? It would make me feel some type of way, but sit down, Lala, because you ain't perfect by a long shot. We then see Lisa head over to Sir and runs into James and have a conversation with him. And she asks, was Allie gonna be there that night? And he was like, nah, she had to work. And she was like, where does she work at? And he was like, she does such and such for such somebody. He couldn't even tell this lady where that girl worked and what she did for a living, but yet and still to let this girl move into the crib with him. And Lisa's looking at him like, are you okay? Like, are you all right? Like, listen to yourself. You don't even know where this girl works and what she does for a living, but yet and still you've moved her into your home. And you and Raquel ain't even been broke up but a blink of the eye. What is wrong with you? Like, you're not a child anymore, James. Like, you might be shaped like a 9-year-old, but you're not a child. So she then brings up the fact that, you know, he's drinking again. And he says that, you know, he was sober for 2 years, but he wants to have a drink. So that's what he's going to do. And it's like, okay, girl, if that's what you want to do, you want to continue to ruin your life, even though you cannot handle liquor, then you go right ahead. Like, at this point, James, to me, is a lost cause. And I'm just sick of it, and I'm sick of him, okay? Ugh, he's so hard-headed. And Lisa, you got your own kids to worry about. You got a grandbaby. Like, you should be tired of trying to mother this boy. He got his own mama. If she ain't worried about him at this point, then you don't need to be worried about him either. So after leaving Tom Tom's, everybody except for Lala heads over to Sir. So at this point, it's Katie, Ariana, Sheena, and the Toms. And they're all sitting down and having a conversation. And they bring up Lala having issues with Tom Schwartz. And he was like, I don't owe her an apology, but I'll talk to her. So Peter then tells James that he's taking out Raquel. And James plays it cool. He acts like he's fine with it, like he really don't care, but he was low-key shaken by this. Like, he was like, I cannot believe that this girl is sitting up here dating Peter. And out of everybody, Peter. And he says in his confessionals that all Peter want to do is just bang every girl because that's what he does. He, you know, thinks because he's the manager at Sir, you know, he just bangs a lot of women and brags about it. And like, how old is Peter at this point? Like 95? Ain't he like Lisa husband age at this point? Like, ew, gross. And I mean, for me, I feel like Raquel is just going out with him just to have something to do. You know, it's like, Peter, no. Like, that is a step down. Not saying that James is even a step up, but like, girl, you can do so much better. James is so caught off guard by this that he got to step down from the DJ booth and go to the bathroom. So he goes to the bathroom and he tries to open up the door, and lo and behold, guess who's in the bathroom walking out? Raquel. And Raquel is tipsy. She been at the job taking shots and stuff all night. And you need to be fired for that. Just off the strength, even though we know they don't really work there. But like, girl, you're on the clock and you sitting up here drinking and stuff. And so they end up talking outside of the bathroom. And he ends up calling that girl Allie. And she was like, did you just call me Allie? And he was like all flustered and stuff. And says that the girl Allie is the love of his life. And he never felt so connected to somebody. And she was visibly hurt by this, you know, because she was like, you said the same things about me. And he was like, well, you know, things change, love. They change. And it's like he is a perpetuant child. Like, because at this point you would have to know that he's saying all of this stuff to hurt you, because he's hurt that not only did you call off the engagement, but you broke up with him and now you're dating somebody that y'all know and work together, and he's butthurt about it, and he's doing and saying all of these things to hurt you. So I would have just laughed at him and his silk shirt. Like, girl, you can't take James serious. James is such a woman. He is a little lady. Boy, bye. But her feelings were hurt. She was hurt. And we all know Raquel is like a little baby dove. After that, we see Raquel and Sheena go to like this spa place together, and she doesn't even remember kissing Peter in front of the Toms and Ariana and all of them the night before because she was so drunk. Raquel says that she hopes that Allie doesn't have low self-esteem like she did when she was with James, because she can't believe she tolerated the things that she did. And I was like, girl, now that's one thing we can agree upon. I'm so happy that she finally got a backbone and left that little pipsqueak alone. So we then go to Lala and Katie working on something together, and James stops by. Lala shows off her new boobies. I was like, girl, what you get? A cup? I didn't really see no difference, but it looked cute on her nonetheless. And her ears, I guess she got her ears pinned back or something. I don't really know, but she was excited and happy about it. She then admits that her and James did hook up in the past. Back in 2016, they did hook up. I mean, we all knew that then, that y'all was lying when y'all said that y'all had never messed around. Girl, goodbye. That's late and old news. We then see the Toms go out for drinks, and they discuss Lala, and Tom Sandoval was like, maybe she should have known not to get knocked up by a dude like that. Woo! That's that St. Louis coming up out of him, honey, because we tell it like it is. And if that ain't the truth, honey, I mean, because we can't feel sorry for Lala, because you knew that you was sleeping with a man that was married, or either, I forgot if he was married or if he was just simply with his baby mama, but you knew that that man was in a relationship with another woman, and you was happy to be the mistress, and now you getting back everything that your butt dished out. So can't nobody feel sorry for you when it comes to that, okay? And he then goes on to mention how she used to brag about role playing with Randall all the time, and then production flashes back to back in the day when she was at the salon talking about how they like to do role play, and she likes to pretend that she'll do anything to get into one of his movies. Oh my God, the casting couch, it all goes back to it. These girls ain't lying on that man. Like, ew, gross. So Schwartz says that he is going to sit down and have a conversation with Lala, but for the sake of Katie, because, you know, they are really good friends, and he just wants everything to be good between him and Katie. The entire crew heads out to an event that James is DJing at, and Allie is there, and Allie is so pedestrian, child. She reminded me of Ally McBeal, the television show. She had on some little Walmart Miley Cyrus collection, little floral dress, and I was like, ooh, child, James got to buy you some clothes, girl, because you were giving very much Walmart aisle 5. And she sits down and has a conversation with Lala and Katie, and Lala was like, you don't get nervous that he was engaged a month before you met? And she was like, yeah, I was hesitant. Speaking of, and then we see Raquel, Ariana, and Peter walk in with each other, and you could tell she was kind of put on guard and a little intimidated by Raquel, because Raquel is a really cute girl. She's really tall and she's pretty. So as soon as they walk in and they head over to the table, James sees Raquel and he rushes over to the table to check on Allie and give her something to drink and make sure she's okay or whatever. And it's like, James, simmer down, Mighty Mouse. Boy, bye. So Katie says that she wants to flirt and get her Mac on, but it's awkward because Tom is there. And they like, well, girl, he gonna be around. I mean, you can't do that forever. But she admits in her confessional that she has messed with some dudes and she slept with two guys since they, broke up. And then I could appreciate the fact that Lala saw this fine black dude and went up to him and let him know that she just wanted to have a one night, a one-hitter quitter, honey, real quick, okay? I had to respect that, you know what I'm saying? Because she a woman and she went after what she wanted, okay? Raquel then decides to pull Ally McBeal to the side. They sit down and James is like, why is she asking Ally to talk? But he doesn't go over there, interrupt or anything. He let them have their piece. So Raquel was like, I just want to make sure he's good. And Ally was like, I appreciate you guys' relationship because he would have been completely different if he hadn't have had you. I feel like we low-key switch lives. Baby, if that wasn't the shade of the century, Raquel couldn't do nothing but just sit there. Because it's giving very much... you got him together for the next woman. You put all that energy into making him to be this good man for somebody else. But I don't really feel that way because James to me has not changed at all. At all. Girl, and you might think that you're getting a changed version, but you're not. But Raquel was stunned. Like she was just sitting there kind of like, ooh, she got all my hard work. She did it. Oh my God. She Beyonce'd me. Oh, okay. So Raquel was like, I was hurt when I learned you two got together right after we broke up. I wondered, did he really love me? And, Raquel just encourages her to rock the boat and not take no ish from him. And the girl was like, oh, yeah, most definitely, I'm most definitely rocking the boat. And she was like, yay! White people are funny. Then at the end of the episode, Tom asks to speak to Lala one-on-one. So they sit down and Tom was like, from my point of view, it seems absurd that you don't want me to hang around Randall. I mean, cheating is horrible, but you cut me out for hanging out with somebody 7 months later. And Lala was like, on the rooftop, I thought I was very clear that I was in something that was very life-changing. So Tom was like, let me go back because earlier in the episode, when Lala met up with Ariana and Katie at Tom Tom's, she brought up the fact that she had a conversation with everybody on a rooftop one night, basically letting them know that she did not want them to have any type of relationship with Randall because of everything that was going on. And she asked them to respect it. So that's what she was referring to. So Tom says, even that was ego driven to me. The text you sent me was malicious. You took a dig at my marriage and said you don't associate with weakness. Do you stand by that? And she was like, I don't associate with weakness. Ooh, yeah. I don't think that was fair of her to bring up his marriage and calling him weak. The fact that he didn't respect your wishes, it just would have been like, oh, okay. Bet. I wouldn't have went after him and said whatever she said about his marriage and all of that type of stuff, because that's neither here nor there, and it doesn't have anything to do with what we are going through right about now as friends. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was a bit much. So Tom was like, that really hurt my feelings. Lala says, I'm sorry about my timing, but you got to pick a side. And he was like, you don't think that sounds absurd? And she was like, no, you have to stand for something. And then that's where it ends. Would it be for me? You got to pick sides. For me, it wouldn't even be about a thing about picking sides because, yeah, we're friends, but at the end of the day, we're co-workers. And if that's what you choose to do, child, you go right ahead. I don't have to deal with you on that level. I can be around you. We could be high and by. But as far as looking at you like a straight up friend, then no, that just wouldn't be where I would be at, when it comes to me and you. But like I said, I understand where Lala's coming from because of the severity of the situation, the allegations and everything that are being said about this man. And we're going through a custody battle. So, yeah, I got to make sure that my slate is clean over here. I can't have nothing going on that might hinder me losing custody of my children. They, as of today, I just looked it up, still have partial custody of Ocean. She has half, custody and he has half custody. So they're still battling it out. But this is Schwartz at the end of the day. I wouldn't expect nothing from him. He don't even look like he changed his drawers every day, child. So, girl, he would be the last person I'd be thinking about, child. But overall, the season premiere episode of Vanderpump Rules, I'm going to give it a C+. It was cute. It wasn't a lot going on for me personally, but I do think that this season is going to be a good season. I think that they're revamping things after, firing a lot of the old cast. So we're going to see where this season goes. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section how you felt about tonight's episode. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.